Presbyterian Church in America. Book of Church Order. Chapter 30. Church Censures. 31. The censures, which may be inflicted by church courts, are admonition, suspension from the sacraments, excommunication, suspension from office, and deposition from office. The censures of admonition or definite suspension from office shall be administered to an accused who, upon conviction, satisfies the court as to his repentance and makes such restitution as is appropriate. Such censure concludes the judicial process. The censures of indefinite suspension or excommunication shall be administered to an accused who, upon conviction, remains impenitent. 32. Admonition is the formal reproof of an offender by a church court, warning him of his guilt and danger, and exhorting him to be more circumspect and watchful in the future. 33. Suspension from sacraments is the temporary exclusion from those ordinances and is indefinite as to its duration. There is no definite suspension from the sacraments. Suspension from office is the exclusion of a church officer from his office. This may be definite or indefinite as to its duration. With respect to church officers, suspension from sacraments shall always be accompanied by suspension from office. But suspension from office is not always necessarily accompanied with suspension from sacraments. Definite suspension from office is administered when the credit of religion, the honor of Christ, and the good of the delinquent demand it, even though the delinquent has given satisfaction to the court. Indefinite suspension is administered to the impenitent offender until he exhibits signs of repentance, or until by his conduct the necessity of the greatest censure be made manifest. In the case of indefinite suspension from office imposed due to scandalous conduct, the procedure outlined in BCO 34.8 shall be followed. 34. Excommunication is the excision of an offender from the communion of the church. This censure is to be inflicted only on account of gross crime or heresy, and when the offender shows himself incorrigible and contumacious. The design of this censure is to operate on the offender as a means of reclaiming him, to deliver the church from the scandal of his offense, and to inspire all with fear by the example of his discipline. 35. Deposition is the degradation of an officer from his office, and may or may not be accompanied with the infliction of other censure.